Hey guys, M.V.K here. How's everybody doing? Um, Wanted to address fellow Witchblade fans, give my thoughts on this subject, and just all in all, just wanted to give my thoughts on it. So, the end of an era is soon coming to an end. This October, Sara Pezzini's run of the Witchblade, her Witchblade. Sorry about that. That's my phone. Her Witchblade run comes to an end after 185 issues. Witchblade ends. Now, for all those who never heard of Witchblade, never read the comics, or don't know who I'm talking about, I'll give you a little bit of an education on Sara Pezzini. Sara Pezzini was a homicide, New York NYPD homicide detective whose world was turned upside down when she was introduced to an artifact known as the Witchblade. The Witchblade goes back for countless years, centuries. It's one of the oldest artifacts in the Top Cow Image universe, and she can wield it. She was given the power to wield it. Basically, only females can wield it. Only women can wield it. There have been a few men who have through trickery, but she is one of them. Many women of history, Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, they've all wielded it, and she was the next in line to wield it. And then later on, of course, she would later on find out that there were different halves of the Witchblade. She would share the Witchblade with another female, a woman known as Danielle Baptiste. Like they would say that Sarah had the darker side of it. Danielle had kind of the lighter side. But then, of course, she got pregnant. That was a big milestone for Sarah. She was pregnant, and we found out who was the father. Jackie Estacado, aka the Darkness, who recently died too. He was killed off. So it was almost, in a sense, it was like, man, the Top Cow flagship titles that had been going on since the early 90s, it's like they're literally being killed off. Or, Witchblade came out in 95, and it was always good to see that even though, you had the big two, Marvel and DC, it was good to see characters like that still around and still have a fan base and things like that. So it was always good for me to see characters like Witchblade and Spawn and, Magdalena and Vampirella and all these characters that were kind of out there. They were different than the Marvel and DC characters, but still they had their niche, and they basically still connected with fans, and they had a fan base. But Sarah's end is coming in. She's been around for 20 years. And I've been on and off with her for a time, but I always kept my eye on what's going on with Sarah. What's she doing? Is she still alive and things like that? And when it was said that they were killing off the Darkness, I was like, whoa, so how are they going to kill him off? Like, because nothing, basically he can't be killed. He's pretty much invulnerable. The only way he will die is if he literally has sex with someone. And then the Darkness power will pass on to his offspring or so. But it basically being that it was Sarah who killed him, I was just like, okay, that makes sense, because once again, the power of the Witchblade is a very powerful force in the Image Top Cow universe. There are like three deity powers, and they're both a part of it. And Sarah literally decapitated him. But it's going to be hard to see Sarah leave. She's actually returning back home. She's returning back to New York. You know, she's an she's an NYC girl. You know, it's good to know. You know, you get to see that. You know, somebody, man, what is so? You know, I've heard people say like, why does every character have to be in New York and things like that? Look, I don't know. You know, I'm a New Yorker, so it's just that New York is a very popular city, and it has an abundance of religions, ethnicity, and just everything about it. So, but you know, seeing Sara last this long is really, it's sad that she's ending, but it's also touching to know that she's had a 20-year run, and she's now going to find someone else to pass the Witchblade on to. And of course, you know it's going to be a female, so it's going to be interesting. But Sara's 20-year run comes to an end. One of Top Cow's flagship titles ends this October with the 185th issue. Excuse me. And that right there definitely is a milestone in the end, because a lot of characters you can't really say has a definitive run. Like, they are really ending and they're literally passing the torch on, and like that's it for them. This is basically saying that Sara's story comes to an end. Now she's just going to be, I guess she's going to try to maybe rejoin the NYPD and be a mom, and to Hope, that's her daughter's name, Hope, and things like that. Just be a mom now and try to live life the way she can. You know, she's not going to have to deal with the Witchblade and all the dark forces that, you know, that came with that ability and, you know, that mantle. But you can't really say that about a lot of heroes. You know, some heroes, you know, we see that with the big two. We see someone else takes over the mantle, but maybe 3-4 years, not even years, sometimes even months, the previous predecessor comes back and takes the mantle up again. You know, it's kind of like saying, you know, we got Jane Foster as Thor, but we all know Thor Odinson is going to wield the hammer again. You know, some people say, you know, we got Falcon as Captain America, but I guarantee you somewhere down the line, somebody's going to come on and try to, you know, fix what happened to Steve, you know, because he's older, and give him back his youth and have him back as the mantle of Cap. Honestly, I like to see Steve stay what he is now. You know, he's more of a mentor to the heroes now, and you know, his time, he can finally kind of take a breath, you know. But with Sara, this is literally her end, and hopefully I can get to read how they end it. And a lot of people who have been there through Sara's run, you know, who helped her along in terms of writers and artists and everything, like, they're going to be a part of this milestone issue. And hopefully, you know, this will also, we get to see who will be the bearer and who will, and we go on from there. But like I said, you know, I have made it a kind of a quest to get a friend involved in the Witchblade, because I know she's never read Witchblade, and they do have the trades, and I'm going to start her off really slow with the origin and everything like that of the trades, and then, you know, go on from there. But other than that, you know, the end of an era, you know, 20 years. Sara Pezzini has been around in this comic industry, and now her story comes to an end. And I'm sad, but I cannot be sad for her entirely. I also am a little happy for her, because her niche, her run, she stamped her flag and made her name very vocal, and made her put the spotlight on her. Now her time is over, and the new wielder of the Witchblade comes along and takes up where she left off, you know. But For all those guys, though, for all my other fellow Witchblade fans out there who know her story as much as I do, how do you feel? You know, how do you feel about this? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you like me? You're both. But all in all, guys, 20 years. Congratulations to Top Cow, Image/Top Cow, for the great run, the great characters that were in that world, and congratulations to Sara Pezzini for making it this long in the game, left her mark, and she's going to go out. But other than that, you guys take care, and don't forget, leave your input, follow me wherever you need to. You know, you know where you can find me. I am now on moviepilot.com. I do put my my works on there as well. I do have a account there. I was offered an account, so you can find me there. You can find me there. You can find my stuff on Comic Vine. You can, for all those who don't know my tag on Comic Vine, it's The Honorable Warrior 1982. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. Like I said, I get around. Or you can just follow me here. But other than that, take care and see you around.